Hey diggers, it's Saturday morning and I'm in a small park here in a small town. You can kind of see it's not much of a park, maybe a half of a square block, and it's been hunted. I've only found 2 nickels, a modern quarter, and a Canadian penny dated 1955. But anyway, I'm working around this tree right here, trying to get up here in the roots. A lot of times roots will push old coins up, and I had a wheat penny signal, not even an inch deep, and I went ahead and dug it up, and I can't believe it. It's another barber dime. I'm just blown away. Not even an inch deep, and it rang up like a wheat penny, an old penny. Very tight signal. And I thought, oh, it's probably just a modern penny, but when you're around these tree roots, you got to dig them because you just don't know what's been pushed up, and this is a perfect example. All right, well, I'm very excited. On to the next. All right, diggers, I've moved on from that park, and I'm a couple blocks down the street. I think the old school maybe was here. There's a ball field now, but it just looks like it might have been the site of an old school, and I've been here about 15 minutes zigzagging around, and the soil is really good. It's that deep black soil. Just had basically a modern penny signal about 6 or 7 inches down, and I flipped my plug, and it looks like a silver ring. Excellent. I'm very happy. That's another silver ring. Okay, I'll get it cleaned up and show it to you later. On to the next. Well, I've been here almost 2 hours. I got 1 wheat penny, and I just had a screamer of a signal. Look at that, 948 down at 10 inches, 9 inches. I dug down pretty deep, and it's right at 9 inches. And apparently this used to be the parking lot. Look at all these rocks I was pulling up. A lot of rocks. But there's a silver quarter right there. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's another stand in Liberty. I wrote Tony 2 cent and I said, gee, it took me 5 years to find one, and now I wonder if they're just going to start coming. I can't believe it. That's incredible. 10 inches deep. 2 in a row. Took me 5 years to find one, and now I've gotten 2 in a row. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, I'm going to stay here a little bit longer. I was actually getting ready to leave, but this just gave me hope to stay a little bit longer. All right, on to the next. All right, guys, it's been probably 5 minutes since that quarter, and I just had another deep signal. Another 9 inches, and it's below all this rocks. Do you know how hard it is to dig in these rocks? I mean, you're just fighting the rocks the whole way. It's just impossible. It took me 10 minutes to dig down. But as I got closer, the pitch was getting higher and higher. The one downfall when you dig in rocks like this is you almost always end up scratching the coins. It's a mercury dime. But when you're shoving them rocks around and trying to pry them apart, it's just almost hard. You almost end up scratching them every time. But God, it looks like maybe there were coins underneath this gravel parking lot. Parking lot probably, you know, dates back to the 50s or 60s, and since then it has grass over the top. But since I got in this area, that's 2 coins and 2 silvers. So that's great. Okay, on to the next. Well, here we are again. I'm just digging in pure rocks. Down in the hole, I've got another silver. What the hell is it? It looks like a merc. Yeah, it's a merc. Man, sorry about that. I turned off by accident. Yeah, and look, I scratched it a little bit. Just trying to pry those rocks apart. You know, the rocks end up scratching it, or you hit it with your digger. Look how black it is. It's been exposed to a lot of water percolating down through those rocks. All right, well, I'm gonna stay in this area. This is 4 targets, 1 weedy and 3 silvers. So I'm gonna keep going. On to the next. Okay, it's probably been 5 or 8 minutes since that second merc, and I'm just kind of zigzagging around, and I just had sounded like a nickel, but it was bouncing up to a 12-18 down in the gravel, of course. And I've flipped it over, and I can tell right now it's a silver war nickel. Exactly what it is. See that P over the dome? Means it was minted in Philadelphia. Alright. Another silver. On to the next. Okay, it's been a good 30 minutes since I found a coin. I'm still working this covered over parking lot, but I just had a nice nickel at 4 inches. And it's gonna be a buffalo. It might have a date. I can't see it. Maybe you can see it down there at the bottom. But excellent. That's 3 weeks in a row where I've gotten a buffalo nickel. All right. On to the next. Alright, I spent a few minutes since that buffalo. I'm right here next to this light pole, and I had a 1246 at 8 inches. Thank God when I dug down it was just pure dirt. There was no gravel. And it looks like it's going to be a rosy. No, it's a merc. Wow. That was a real clean 1246. And the soil over here is like butter. I mean, it's just so pure and no rocks. So that's great. Another merc to add to the collection. All right, on to the next.